guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to recreate this Dr. Poison makeup. If you're new, welcome, and let's get started. So to start off, we're just going to be using the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer, and we're just going to be using that to cover up our blemishes. And then we're just going to buff all of that out with our foundation brush. From there, I'm just taking the Graftobian Pro Paint in the color White Swan, and I'm going to be using a reference photo to outline her mask. Now, I had to look at this reference photo the entire time just to make sure I was getting the shape correct, so I highly recommend doing that. So because Dr. Poison has really nice skin, I decided to mix my foundation with a moisturizer to kind of create my own tinted moisturizer, just so it would have a more natural looking finish like she does in the movie. Then taking my Airspun translucent powder, I'm just going to go ahead and set that foundation. Next, taking my NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Espresso, I'm just going to gently feather that in my brows. Just because the doctor has very natural looking brows as it is, I just want to be very careful to make them look as natural as possible. Then taking my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper, I'm just going to go ahead and sweep that through my brows. I'm then taking my Morphe 35O palette, and I'm taking this ivory color just so I can highlight my brow bone. Next, I'm just going to take this light camel color on a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to sweep that through my crease, just to add a little bit more of a natural eyeshadow and crease tone. And then I'm just buffing that out with my Morphe G24. Taking this taupe color from the palette and a pencil brush, I'm just going to go ahead and put that into my crease, and then I'm just going to buff that out with my G24 again. Then I'm going to be taking that same color with my M432 brush, and I'm just going to be putting that under my eye. Then I'm just going to prep my lashes by curling them and take my L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara in Carbon Black and just start brushing that through my lashes. I really like this because it is a lengthening mascara and not thickening, so it really just brings out the more natural look for the eyelashes. Taking my Too Faced Cocoa Contour Palette, I'm going to go ahead and start taking my contour colors and chiseling out my cheekbones. I'm then going to go ahead and take my Morphe buffing brush and just buff all of that out. I'm going to go ahead and take my Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in the shade Party, and I'm just going to go ahead and start to stipple that on my cheek. You know, because my other cheek is covered with a mask. Okay, anyway, set that with powder. Then go ahead and take your Flesh Alcohol palette, and I'm going to be taking the colors Coral Adjuster and Rose Adjuster, and I'm going to start working on that scar. So I'm just kind of making almost lightning strike movements out of my lip just to create the injury. Taking my white body paint again, I'm just going to go ahead and start filling in my mask, except for the cracks I created earlier that would allow Dr. Poison to be able to move her mouth. Taking my Fuzzy Bear Brown body paint, I'm just going to mix that a little bit with my white body paint and just stipple that on with a tiny brush just to add a little bit more texture and break up the paints. I'm doing the same thing with my Gilded Gold body paint with a fan brush just to break up the paints a little bit more and once again add a little bit more texture. Now I'm going to take my Black Mare on Paradise paint, and I'm just going to go ahead and start filling in my cracks. I'm also going to bring that onto the lower part of my upper lip and the upper part of my lower lip just so I can create that more 3D effect. I'm going to take my gold body paint on my fan brush and just apply that to my lips to make them look a little bit more fake. Then I'm going to take turns using every single color from the top row of my alcohol palette, and I'm going to be stippling that on with a chip brush so it adds a few tiny dots and breaks up the texture a little bit more. So I'm going to have a little bit of nudes and browns and even a little bit of yellow in there. To add the shadows that the mask creates, I'm going to be taking that taupe color again with a tiny detail brush and just outlining my mask, and then I'm going to be taking this darker brown color from the palette and start adding details in the places where the mask would create more of a crevice between my face and the mask itself. And to eliminate any harsh lines, I'm just using my finger to blend upwards and out. I'm also going to be taking that same detail brush in the same colors, and I'm going to be outlining on the outside of the cracks as well, just because those will have shadows and highlights, and we're going to go ahead and take that, once again, ivory color and start highlighting the mask. to make our scar look more realistic, we're going to take Kryolan's Collodion, and this has a lot of ammonia in it, so I highly recommend opening up some windows or something. And what you want to do is you want to be very careful with this and only do like 3 to 5 coats tops, just because too many can actually start to damage your skin. And you're going to do 1 layer, wait for it to dry before you apply another layer, because that is very important, is you want to wait for each layer to dry before you continue. And our final touch is just to add a little bit of black body paint in the nostril, just so the mask looks a little bit more 3D. And that is the completed look for this Dr. Poison makeup tutorial. I hope it makes you feel evil, but not too evil. Leave a comment down below what you'd like to see next, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!
And I'm going to be teaching you how to get this Dr. Poison inspired makeup look on my channel.